Few people are ready to hear this, but the truth is straightforward. Doubt doesn't show up in just anyone's life. It usually appears when God entrusts something too big to be carried without preparation. While many believe that the chosen ones are always confident, secure, and unshakable, reality is almost the opposite. The signs of God often appear first as confusion, silence, and deep questioning. And that's exactly where most people get lost, believing doubt is failure, when in fact it may be confirmation. Maybe you're living through a strange season where you feel you were born for something greater but can't quite explain what it is. A life with purpose begins before clarity. It begins in discomfort. And if you've ever doubted yourself, your abilities, or even your calling, that doesn't exclude you. It may place you right at the center of what God is building within you. The real question isn't, why do I doubt, but why does this affect me so deeply? So comment below if you've ever felt like something greater was calling you, even without understanding it all. Leave a like now to support this message, subscribe to the channel, because what you're about to hear today may completely change how you see your own signs. And stay until the end. The final point often reaches exactly those who tried the hardest to give up. Many people believe that the chosen walk through life with absolute certainty, chest held high, and unshakable faith. But reality is usually very different. Those who carry a great purpose often begin by carrying equally great doubts. The signs of God rarely come with total security. They often arrive as a confusing whisper that shakes one's inner structure. And that's where the conflict is born. How can someone chosen by God doubt themselves so deeply? The answer has less to do with weakness and more to do with the weight of the mission. There's a silent misunderstanding that hurts many people, the belief that doubt invalidates the calling. In practice, the opposite happens. The chosen tend to question because they sense early on that a life with purpose demands emotional maturity, awareness, and responsibility. It's like receiving a key before knowing exactly which door it opens. The signs appear, God confirms in the details, but the mind still struggles to keep up with the magnitude of it all. And honestly, not everyone is ready to trust right away. Perhaps the biggest shock is realizing that doubt isn't a mistake along the path, but part of the refining process. When someone doubts, reflects, observes themselves, and questions, something is being built internally. This separates the chosen from the impulsive, because purpose doesn't pair well with blind urgency. Life keeps giving signs, God adjusts the pace, and alignment begins slowly. But before fully understanding this, another myth must be dismantled, one that confuses even more those who feel this calling.
There's a distorted image of the chosen that causes more harm than help. Many believe God chooses only people who are always strong, emotionally stable, confident, and certain of their next step. But real life doesn't work that way. The signs of God almost never appear in a perfect scenario. They emerge in the middle of confusion, while the person is still trying to understand who they are and where they belong. And that creates an internal shock that's hard to explain. In practice, many chosen ones go through phases of self-sabotage, a sense of delay, and constant mental confusion. They look around and see others moving forward decisively, while they feel perpetually one step behind. But this isn't failure, it's preparation. God works in deep layers, shaping character, vision, and awareness before accelerating anything. A life with purpose requires internal structure, not just visible results. The problem is that without understanding this, people begin to over-criticize themselves. They think they're failing, wasting time, or not truly chosen. But that internal discomfort is a clear sign that something is being formed. The chosen are rarely rushed, they are refined. And it's precisely in this silent process that clearer manifestations begin to emerge, not externally, but internally, announcing something even more specific ahead.
The 5 signs that you are chosen. Sign 1. You feel a constant inner conflict. One of the most overlooked signs of being chosen is this relentless inner conflict. On one side, there's a strong desire to move forward, grow, and live a life with purpose. On the other, a quiet fear questions everything, slows decisions, and creates resistance. It's not laziness or lack of courage, it's as if two versions of the same person are fighting for space, each pulling in a different direction. And this exhaustion goes deeper than physical fatigue. This kind of conflict isn't ordinary indecision. When God begins to expand someone internally, the old structure can't contain the new size. The mind still thinks small, but the spirit already senses something greater approaching. The signs of God appear as restlessness, discomfort, and even a sense of urgency without a clear form. It's like wearing clothes that no longer fit while the new ones haven't arrived yet. Nothing feels comfortable. Many chosen ones try to silence this conflict by staying busy, distracting themselves, or comparing their journey to others. But the more they run, the more the internal tension grows. The conflict exists because something is being activated, not because something is broken. Life keeps sending clear signals that staying the same is no longer an option. And interestingly, when this internal battle intensifies, the external environment also begins to change in a very specific way.
Sign 2. You go through periods of isolation. One of the most misunderstood signs of God among the chosen is isolation. Suddenly, messages slow down, invitations stop, and some people simply drift away. At first, it hurts and creates a sense of abandonment, as if something is wrong. But in the logic of purpose, silence isn't punishment, it's preparation. God separates before He reveals, because certain voices confuse more than they help. Isolation forces the chosen to look inward. With less external influence, it becomes easier to distinguish fear from intuition and calling from noise. A life with purpose requires clarity, and clarity is born in silence. During this phase, many begin to hear their own thoughts more clearly, question old habits, and realize they no longer fit in certain environments. It's not loneliness due to rejection, it's distance through alignment. As strange as it may seem, this withdrawal creates space for internal growth, fewer distractions, fewer opinions, and deeper connection with God. The chosen often cross this emotional desert before any visible breakthrough. And when silence begins to teach, something shifts in how they see everything around them. Not just people, but the world itself starts to feel different. Sign 3. You see the world differently. Over time, many chosen ones realize that something has changed in how they see the world. Conversations that once felt normal now sound empty. Familiar environments become uncomfortable, and certain behaviors are hard to ignore. It's not arrogance or judgment, it's awareness. The signs of God sharpen perception, making falseness, superficiality, and inconsistency more visible. This creates a quiet but revealing discomfort. This new perception often comes with a strange sense of displacement. Even surrounded by people, the chosen may feel alone, as if out of sync. A life with purpose begins to demand internal coherence, and anything misaligned starts to feel unsettling. It's like watching a movie when you already know the ending. You're present, but no longer fully engaged. This awakening isn't easy because awareness increases solitude before it increases clarity. Many try to return to autopilot, but something inside has already awakened. God doesn't change the environment immediately. He changes perception first. And as awareness deepens, another weight emerges, invisible, unexplained, yet impossible to ignore.
Sign 4. You feel an invisible weight. Among the most difficult signs of God to explain is the invisible weight many chosen ones carry. It's not ordinary sadness or clear fear. It's a constant sense of responsibility, as if something important depends on them, even without knowing exactly what. They wake up, go through their routine, yet feel like something remains unfinished. This discomfort doesn't come from outside, it rises from within. This weight is often tied to a calling that hasn't fully taken shape yet. God doesn't hand over the entire map at once, only enough signs to keep the heart alert. A life with purpose generates anxiety not from insecurity, but from suppressed potential. It's like having an entire song trapped in your throat, unable to be sung. External silence increases while internal noise grows louder. Many try to relieve this weight by staying constantly busy or pretending nothing is happening. But the more they ignore it, the more persistent the discomfort becomes. This weight exists because something must be expressed, lived, or assumed at the right time. And interestingly, when this calling starts pressing internally, external life also begins to move through intense cycles of change.
Sign 5. Your life goes through cycles of breaking and rebuilding. A very common pattern in the lives of the chosen is repeated cycles of breaking and rebuilding. Nothing seems to stay shallow or permanent for long. Relationships end, plans change, paths that once felt certain suddenly collapse. At first glance, this looks like instability, but in God's logic, it's refinement. The signs of God appear when everything that isn't true begins to fall apart. A life with purpose doesn't tolerate weak foundations. That's why anything built on fear, ego, or others' expectations eventually crumbles. The chosen are reborn many times throughout life, each time with more awareness and fewer illusions. It's like renovating an old house. First comes demolition, dust, and chaos. Only then something stronger is built. Outsiders don't understand, but those living it do. These cycles teach detachment and strengthen identity. The person learns not to rely on titles, people, or good phases, but on something deeper. God doesn't lead the chosen in straight lines. He leads them in spirals of maturity. And after so many falls and rebirths, a liberating realization emerges. Maybe doubt was never the real problem. After so many intense cycles, many chosen ones believe doubt is the greatest obstacle on the journey. But the signs of God reveal the opposite. Doubt, when properly understood, protects. It prevents impulsive decisions, refines intention, and keeps the ego in check. Those who never doubt rarely go deep. They simply react. A life with purpose requires reflection, not blind courage. Doubt also acts as a filter. It separates superficial desire from true calling. When someone doubts and still continues searching, something powerful is happening internally. God uses doubt to humble the ego, not to paralyze the spirit. In this space of uncertainty, the person learns to listen more, speak less, and observe the signs with greater attention. The real danger isn't questioning, it's giving up because of the questions. Many chosen ones sabotage themselves, not because they doubt, but because they interpret doubt as failure. When they understand that doubt is part of the process, something aligns internally. And from that point on, an inevitable question arises. What should you actually do when doubt shows up and refuses to leave? When doubt appears, the first step for the chosen isn't reaction, but slowing down. Comparison is a silent poison for anyone living a life with purpose. Each person walks at a different pace, and God doesn't repeat processes. Focusing too much on others' progress only amplifies the feeling of delay and blinds you to the signs already present in your own path. Honoring the timing of the process is one of the hardest and most necessary attitudes. Growth isn't always loud. Often it happens in silence. Instead of demanding immediate answers, the chosen can observe patterns, write down ideas, and reflect on recurring themes in their life. Simple practices like daily moments of silence or reflective reading help organize the inner world. Books about purpose, spirituality, and self-awareness often bring clarity during these phases. Another essential point is understanding that there's no need to prove anything right now. The signs of God don't demand performance, they ask for alignment. Living with purpose is more about preparation than exposure. When someone stops fighting the process, things begin to fall into place naturally. And when this understanding matures, the end of one phase stops being an ending and becomes a calling.
If you've made it this far, it's worth reflecting calmly. Maybe this video didn't appear in your life by chance. The chosen rarely receive ready-made answers, but they do receive signs, and those signs appear when the person is ready to listen. God doesn't speak loudly, He speaks clearly to those who are attentive. Every point shared here touches exactly those living through a season of transition, doubt, and realignment with purpose. A life with purpose isn't about feeling special, it's about feeling responsible. The signs of God aren't meant to inflate the ego, but to awaken awareness. When something inside you reacts to this content, it's not empty emotion, it's recognition. The chosen recognize truth before fully understanding it, and that silent recognition is often the first step toward real change. So now it makes sense to ask yourself, which of these signs best describes your current phase? At what point in your life do you feel God is trying to realign you? Your answer doesn't need to be perfect, just honest. Because when awareness awakens, the next level stops being coincidence and becomes consequence. Now that everything is clearer, the question isn't whether you are capable, but whether you're willing to apply what you've understood. The chosen aren't defined by how much they know, but by how consciously they act when the signs of God appear. A life with purpose begins with small, silent, consistent decisions made when no one is watching. Don't wait for absolute certainty to move forward. Move with responsibility and awareness. Which parts of this message impacted you the most? What phase do you feel you're in right now? Silence, doubt, or rebuilding? These questions aren't meant to confuse, but to awaken. God doesn't reveal everything at once. He reveals the next step. And those who take that seriously stop surviving on autopilot and begin truly living with intention. If this video helped you in any way, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to keep learning about purpose, awareness, and the signs of God. Every piece of content here is made for those who feel they were born for more, even if they don't fully understand it yet. Now tell me, what changed inside you after watching until the end?